As I said, try this again. Um, as I was saying before, uh, I got interrupted. The direction that I'm planning on going with the channel is going to be kind of varied. I I'm not going to just go in one direction. Um, I'm going to look at some different ways that I can bring content to the channel. Um, the past year has been a trying one, mainly because, can't go out, can't do this, can't do that. So I'm going to, I'm going to, play some different fighting games. They're going to be on different systems. Some going to be PlayStation. Some are going to be NES. Some are going to be some retro stuff, some old school retro stuff. Some things are going to be some PC based games if I can get all the drivers. So that's basically how it's going to go and what I'm planning on doing as far as that. As far as everyday regular content, I'm going to also take, I guess, like y'all, it's helpful segments of some of my classes I'm going to be teaching, and I'm going to put some of those on the channel. Most of those are going to be on my technology channel primarily. And I want to work on my lighting because I want to do a higher level of production for my content going forward. I'm not going to just wing it, because the thing about it is I need to put a lot more energy into this channel and my technology channel, and I I hadn't had a chance to do that. I hadn't had a lot of focus to do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and start focusing on that. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start doing a lot more polls. As you see, I got a poll out right now asking, giving some guidance on which direction to take the channel. So I'm going to go ahead and do more of those. I'm going to engage with you guys a little bit more. I want to just see how this year goes. I was very surprised at what has been going on. What has been going on, just with tournaments, and I think I said this. It was either on someone else's channel or I might have said it on a blog or something I was doing. On the Taekwondo side with the Poomsae tournaments that's going on, I'm glad to see that. And I'm glad to see that those things are going on. As far as me covering them, um, probably not so much. I really want other sports venues to cover that, but I will, if the request is there and enough interest is there, then I'll start covering a few more of them. giving my commentary, local tournaments and things of that nature that are able to go on. I say local to me, I say local to me within, say, a 6-state radius. The furthest out I think I'll go is Texas. Farthest north I'll go probably Virginia, maybe Delaware, something like that as far as tournaments. I would say Detroit, but who knows? Talking a little bit more about my journey on this channel. When I first started doing content for myself, I didn't really know how the different ideas I had and tried would go. And they turned out pretty good. I mean, I look at what happened over time with the channel, and I look at the response to it, and it amazed me. I didn't anticipate how much interest would really, be here. It's just, like I said, I was just winging it. I helped several, friends and colleagues, their channels, and some of their teaching things, and I worked with them to build their channel, build their brands, and then on the technical side, setting up the video feeds, helping them do remote things. And everybody was telling me the same thing. You need your own channel. And I was thinking, what am I going to do on my channel? And I really didn't know, because I really didn't want to follow the herd, per se. I wanted to do something I liked. I wanted to do something I wanted to do, but I also wanted to be helpful. If you look at some of my first video, it was an interview I had done for local television. And I look at that now, and it's hard for me to believe that's been 6 years ago, but it has. That's really what I started my channel on. I was going to take some old footage of myself, some TV interviews that I had done, and put them on here. And all of a sudden it was like, I can go another direction. I appreciate the effort and time, and my legal team who helped me when I was doing some of the broadcast style TV shows. I really enjoyed the time I had working with some of those production companies. I do wish that I could have got a chance to put more shows on the channel. But as YouTube started making more and more money, it became apparent that in order to put those shows on the channel and have them on there and not constantly be, harassed or, had, false copyright claims thrown on me, I just said, you know what? For me, I know the deal. So that's why, if you noticed, I did move those shows to a separate website. And am I going to bring them back? I am going to bring some of them back with commentary. I'm going to bring some of them back with the deals that are made with certain media companies you can buy the MP4 or whatever format to play it back, or you can get it on Blu-ray disc or DVD. So that's something that's coming in the future. Will I have my own merch store? I'm working on it. I just need to sit down and look at, okay, what am I going to be selling? What am I going to be selling? What's going to be my plan for making money off of that? Because whatever I do, I want it to be first and foremost profitable. I want to make some money off of it, and I don't want to just have it to be doing it. Also, I'm going to, in the future, on this channel, try to do more interviews and bring more people in to talk about modern martial arts and what's going on with that industry and that field today. I look forward to seeing what's going to happen, what's going to go on with the Olympics, because you got to remember, this year at the Olympics, it's going to be this year in 2021, so that's going to be interesting to see how that goes. I'm just wondering how they're going to, are they just going to keep the same athletes that it qualified up to that point, or it's just going to be interesting to see. I really wish that the big changes that came about on this side of the fence in the United States with USA Taekwondo and some other things had happened a little sooner, but I'm glad to see that they happened. It was good, and it's good to be vindicated, because it's one of those situations where you look at it and you hate to go, I told you so, but that's what happened. I mean, not to get too deep in the weeds with it, but I'm just going to tell you, man, it amazed me sometimes, some of the things that, were allowed to go on and that went on. But out of that arose a new, what do you say it? I want to say a new era. And, that's not, saying a bad thing, it, just, I wished that it had come a little sooner. And when you stop and think about all the things that are happening, that have happened, you have to be thankful that change came, and that, different things, changed for the better, in my opinion. I believe that things changed for the better. I believe that it took a while and it took some doing, but I'm glad to see it. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about here. This is USA Taekwondo's website. And basically, let's go back. Basically, the part that I found interesting was one, this Dan office. Now, the USA Taekwondo Dan certification program. I said several years ago that Kukiwan and the Kukiwan certification was the requirements to compete in the Olympic Games. No one listened to me. Everybody thought I was crazy. The pushback was ridiculous. And now even USA Taekwondo themselves recognize Kukiwan. Also recognize the Kukiwan promotion and how they do their testing. This was not here. They didn't make this open admission coming into the Rio Olympics. So to see this now coming into Tokyo is awesome. And I'm glad to see it. I'm glad that they're finally coming full circle and admitting this. I'm glad that they're moving in this direction, because it's going to help. Because when you talk about Why didn't certain athletes do this? Why didn't certain athletes do that? You have to go back and realize something. If the rest of the world are following the rules and they're Cookie One certified, and your guys are some fly-by-night, whoever here in the States, it's a different training regimen, it's a different requirement, it's a different standard. So I'm glad to see this on this side. The next thing I want to touch on, let me see if it's in membership or the global. Let me see if I can find it here. Bear with me. Let's see. National teams, national team roster, team action. No, let me see. Resources, code of ethics, bylaws. Yeah. I mean, that whole deal right there, you'd be surprised how much it took to make it happen. I mean, Safe Sport was it for a while, but this was a long time coming. As far as all those different branches branches of the tree that you could verify. It wasn't always like that. I'm trying to see here. Dan office, anti-drug policy. Okay, let's see if they moved it to here it is, global license. Now, everyone brace yourself for this one. Global licenses need to apply for a World Taekwondo global license, a World Taekwondo Federation global license. And look at this. First line, World Taekwondo has mandated that participants, athletes, coaches, and officials acquire World Taekwondo membership, formally named World Taekwondo Global License, that is valid through, and this is a little old, but 2019. Now, let me tell you something interesting that was funny about just having that line on this website at all. When I started back competing, I had joined USA Taekwondo, full member USA Taekwondo, Cookie One certified black belt, and had my global license. When I tried to tell everyone, I said, hey, if you want the point system to count, you have to, excuse me, put it down. You have to be a member of World Taekwondo, and one of the requirements to be a member of World Taekwondo is to, one, be a Cookie One black belt, and two, make sure you have your global license. Nobody listened. The pushback was ridiculous. They kicked and screamed and whined and turned all kind of cartwheels and all this stuff like that. But they never told us about one thing that was going on. After the London Olympics, World Taekwondo said, listen, we're not grandfathering anybody else in. From 2010 forward, make sure all you guys test and are Cookie One qualified. That's what they did. This was 2010. Now remember, this is before the London Olympics. They made that mandatory in 2010. They said, we're not grandfathering one in. Okay. My experience with, at that point, the leadership in USA Taekwondo was they were going to deny that was the situation. They were going to pick favorites. They're going to push athletes and this and that other. And what they forgot was, with the style of Taekwondo that's in the Olympics, it's knockout style. You don't train properly, you could get knocked out. Or, and I won't say his name because I don't want to give him any props, get to the Olympics and you stand up there talking about you were a fifth or sixth degree black belt and get owned in the first round. Don't even make out the first round by a guy that's just a black belt. They're not even a first degree black belt. They made black belt and they beat you. You lost to someone. You're supposed to be a sixth degree black belt on international live stream media because NBC covered it, and get handed a loss, and you're supposed to be a fifth degree black belt. But that person was the chosen one. How well did that work out? I didn't get upset because I was fortunate enough to be a part of the training team for the Rio Test event. I had some issues with that in and of itself, but I was glad to have been a part of that, and I would take that experience with me wherever, because it's one of those things. You look at achievements, especially at my age, to be able to do something like that, to me was something special. Follow that up with the national championship win, and so I got to go out on top. Got a chance to be a part of an Olympic training team, got a chance to be a national champion again, and it was awesome. And I'm saying all this to say I'm glad to see the progress. I'm glad to see the changes that were made. In my opinion, changes for the better to help athletes better compete on the global stage, on the international stage. I hope that when we get some sense of, I want to say, normalcy with the COVID deal, that more U.S. athletes will get the opportunity to compete internationally, and not just in Canada or in the Caribbean. Not knocking Canada. You know, that trip to Montreal is awesome. Costa Rica, Jamaica when they have it, Bahamas when they have it, anywhere in the Caribbean is awesome. Mexico is always good, but I'm kind of partial to Oceania. I remember one of the first international champions ever won. I won in Australia, so hey, I'm with it. I want to see more athletes succeed on that global, or in that global arena. I want to see more athletes make it, mainly because when you train as hard as you do, you want to see some type of payoff sometime. You don't always want to just you don't always just want to feel like you aged out, when the truth of the matter is, with Taekwondo, as long as you're physically able to compete, you can. And the one thing I noticed, especially internationally, you had a lot of athletes that were adults. These are people that had careers, they had families, they had, spouses, and they were competing for their country. And I'm glad to see this now. I'm glad that this is a thing. I'm glad that this happened. I'm glad that they're saying point blank what you got to do. I'm glad that you are going to the Kukiwan site and registering and getting your points like you're supposed to. My ranking has plummeted. I don't even think I'm ranked anymore. Last time I ranked, as far as American athletes, I was in the top 20 at one point. Internationally, I was way down there because I'd only competed in a few international events. And like I said, at this point, I can appreciate, just watching those events. But like I said, and I'll say again, as things get better and there are more tournaments, I'm going to live stream as many of them as I can. I'm going to cover as many of them as I can and bring it to you. I'm going to bring some karate tournaments that I can, some jiu-jitsu tournaments that I can, boxing, whatever I can get, the content I can get for you guys. I'm going to get it for you guys and bring it out so you guys can enjoy it. I know how much work a channel is now. Streaming remotely, broadcasting, having lower thirds, bumpers, the whole nine. I know what that's about, and I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone's patience too. There are a lot of hard work and effort that goes into these tournaments, and safety now. You know, safety so everyone can compete in a healthy, safe, sterile environment is precedent, and that's a good thing. And in Taekwondo, especially with some of the bigger tournaments, I can say they honestly took pains to try to make it a safe, sterile environment. I hope that continues to be the case. Hope they keep that up. Um, and on the martial arts side, that's what I'm going to do. On the technology side, I'm going to put some of my samples, of my tips, technology tips here, the entire live stream. I'm debating how I'm going to do that in particular again. I might do an entire live stream where I teach the class on this channel and then chop it up on another channel. Or I'll do a section where I, you know, do the whole live stream on my technology channel and just send the snippets over here. I'm just going to play it by ear and see. I want to build my technology channel up like this one. You know, if I can get 50,000 subscribers to that channel, that'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. Also with some of my lower thirds that I'm working on some logos and things, make it look more professional. That is, you know, basically it. Other than, like I said, the only change is going to happen is I'm going to be playing some video games on this channel. I want to play some other, like, you know, Metal Gear like games on this channel, but I don't want to put it into a full gaming channel. If I get some equipment to review, I'll go ahead and I'll make it, you know, I'll put those reviews up as I get them. You know, when I get martial arts equipment, you know, padding. I used to have a Mutu padding advertisement on the channel. I used to have that on the channel, and that was also something that, you know, I'm glad I was fortunate enough to, you know, have that sponsor on the back end. Will I get any more sponsors? Probably. Will I get any gaming sponsors? Don't really know, because as I sit here right now, I'm hoping you guys enjoy some of the mixture of content I'm bringing up. And I'm hoping that you guys, you know, stay with me, keep supporting me, keep donating, keep watching my live streams. I'm going to do more live streaming. As I said, I'm going to put up some polls, and I'm gonna let them stay up for a while. You know, I'm gonna let them stay up, and I'm gonna get some good feedback from you guys, and, you know, just let me know, hey, how you want me to do it? You know, do you want more this style video game, that style video game? And I'm gonna throw in some of my favorites, some of the video games I like to play, just kind of in general. I'm gonna put on here, but I'm gonna try to stray from being a video game channel. And I hope that you enjoy it. And I hope that we grow to, I have a goal of, say, I want to do at least 100,000 on this channel. And the reason why I want to get at least 100,000 on this channel and do it the right way is because with this channel, I tested lower thirds, I tested commercials, I tested local advertising with it, and it worked. The reason why I didn't use it as a dumping ground like I did my technology channel, because as some of you saw, you know, I had advertisements for, you know, mom and pop chicken joints on here, car washes, all kind of things, just to, you know, as part of those campaigns to test them. And I can appreciate how strong and how powerful of a platform this is. And I hope that on the back end side with YouTube, YouTube starts to treat its content creators a little better. The reason why I say that is because I'm gonna be honest with you. It really surprised me once the advertisement dollars started flowing, how it got. I mean, it really and truly surprised me because I didn't think that that left turn would be so harsh, but it was. That right turn in Albuquerque was, it was crazy. I mean, it was really crazy. I couldn't believe how crazy it got, but it got crazy. Um, Now more than ever, I feel like we're at a place where you can still grow on YouTube. You can still have a channel on YouTube. You can still be successful on YouTube. It's just the games and the rules have changed a lot. The game and the rules have changed a lot, and it's going to take some adjustment. Now having advertisers outside of YouTube is your best bet sometimes. Um, that button, but this contains a paid advertisement now means more now because now that's what you got to do now. You got to have your own, get your own advertisers. You got to get your own sponsors. I was fortunate in the sense that when I walked into it, I saw some of the mistakes that other people were making. I learned for it, so I didn't make those mistakes. Like now, you're saying, we've seen you on other people's live streams. We've seen you on other people's shows. We've seen you, be guest. Why are you just now getting to live streaming on your side of things? Well, the main thing is I wanted to have something to talk about. I wasn't going to just follow the latest trend on whatever was going on. I wanted to talk about something I want to talk about. I wanted to talk about martial arts in particular, Taekwondo especially, and I wanted to have some substance behind it. I didn't want to just do like everybody and just, have just, any, just anything going on. I didn't want that. I wanted to have some real substance because I wanted you guys to come back and watch what I was watching, watch the content, watch the content, watch the channel. I wanted you guys to when you got here to have something, solvent, something that you're invested in, that you could follow and get behind. Now, as far as some of the other social media, I'm possibly going to start incorporating Instagram and some other things more in this, and I'm going to, I want to see how that works because I'm really not a I'm really not a I really don't, how can I say it? I don't just do random stuff on social media for the sake of doing random stuff on social media. I don't do that. That's not my style. That's not how I do it. Um, I really and truly hope that this next year is prosperous and everyone has a safe and healthy year. I also hope that, on this journey with me, you guys realize that with this new thing I'm doing, building my channel, I am I'm gonna move kind of fast. I'm going to move a lot faster than what I used to move with this. There are going to be some hits, there are going to be some misses. But, I'm going to do everything I can to, make sure you guys like the channel if you like it, subscribe, and give me some feedback. Because I just, this is going to be a building situation, a growing thing for both of us. Because I'm going to work a lot harder on this channel, and I'm going to give you guys a lot more content. I already got one Illuminati question. Tell you what, I'm going to answer that question soon, because those that know me know the answer to that question, and what that has to do with anything, I don't know. I got a question in chat. Are you a Freemason? Well, that's two Illuminati. I wonder if it's the same person. That's two Illuminati questions I've got. That's two Illuminati questions I've gotten so far. Why I get the Illuminati question, don't know, but I got the Illuminati question. To answer your question, I'm a Prince Hall affiliated Freemason, if you must know. So if you know what that is, if you don't, Google it. But that's an interesting question. Interesting thing about the questions I get. I rarely ever get in this space. Listen, on someone else's channel, I get all the technical questions. But on my channel, everybody just keeps asking me, about the lodge, ask me about, all these different things. I'm like, okay, this is my martial arts channel. We're talking about martial arts. How does that always come up? Because it does. So now I told you. Can you sleep better tonight? Games again. If you guys like me gaming, tell me. Say, hey, play some more games. Play this game, play that game. Second on that, for those who are easily triggered by how female characters are dressed, I'm telling you now, whether it's Street Fighter, Soul Calibur, Capcom versus Marvel, Guilty Gear, whatever, when I dress my female characters, I do not put a lot of clothes on them. So if that's a problem, sorry for you. I dress my female characters how I want to. You dress your male and female characters the way you want to. If it's on Soul Calibur, yeah. I'm not big on the coverage armor. As far as video game consoles are concerned, I say again, it amazed me what I discovered to legally stream certain video games, even if you're doing it off of Steam. Publishing companies are a lot more involved in that than a lot of people know. I mean, there's certain publishing companies that throw a fit when you live stream their games. They throw a fit if you don't live stream it, and so little snippets. So as I'm moving through that minefield, and it is a minefield, I've just learned so much about the legalities of that. I mean, it's crazy. equipment wise, I'm not going to overdo it. I still have the 4K camera, but what we're doing and then the live stream, I mean, for events, yeah, I'll pull the 4K camera back out. This is a 4K camera here, but it's, as you can see, sharp picture. Got to work on my lighting. My lighting is a little off. And that's what I'm going to do. I really want you guys to, you know, and get into answer some of the poll questions I asked. Give me some idea for poll questions. You know, you can leave a comment. You know, that's why on certain videos I leave comments. I'll give you them, like the video that I have that promotes my Taekwondo school in Sewanee. I turned the comments off on that. Well, I had turned the comments off on that. I think I'll think sometimes I leave them on, sometimes I turn them off. The reason why I don't leave the comments on things like that, because when I'm promoting my school or businesses, those videos are mostly connected to secondary websites as advertisements. And I don't want a parent or anybody to think that it's not for the promotion of the school. So that's why, to keep some of the tension and some of the misunderstandings down, I just, you know, put it out there for consumption like that. I don't really mind, you know, leaving good comments, positive comments, but try to comment on like the games and Taekwondo stuff. I mean, I get so many Illuminati questions, it's ridiculous. And see, the messed up part about it, for me, I think if I were to do, like, say for instance, organization type channel, or talk about different, you know, actual organizations that are out there, fraternities, sororities, whatever that, I don't think anybody would ask me, but I get all of the Illuminati questions. And I'm like, you know, I can't be the only person out there that is talking about martial arts or anything like that. But I don't know. I'll tell you what, I'm going to experiment. I'm going to dedicate an entire show to different Masonic lodges and organizations. And I'm just going to see how many questions I get related to it. I'm going to do it soon, because I think, did we miss yes, we missed St. John's Day. So, why did we miss St. John's Day? If you know what St. John's Day is, leave a comment. If you participated in your local St. John's Day, leave a comment. But back to my games. Yeah. I'm gonna see what. Let me take a quick pause and come back. And when I come back, well, no, I'm not gonna take a quick pause. I'm not gonna take a quick pause. What am I gonna do? I am going to tell you what. How am I going to do this? Because I don't want to stop the stream. I don't want to stop the stream. Okay, I'm not going to stop the stream. Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to, because I want to start a game up for you guys. Let me see here. Let me make sure that the card is working, because I've been having while I'm on this, I'm going to say this. On your capture cards, be smart, because with your capture cards, not all of them are bulletproof. Some of the capture cards are good. Some of the quote industry standard capture cards, like the Elgatos and everything, they're pretty good. But just understand, when you buy those Elgato cards and everything, that's an investment. So pick wisely. testing my card here. It looks like my card is looking. Let's see if I can get a good picture. So I can get a good picture going here. Come on, you can do it. Now, the reason why I want to get a good picture is because one thing I notice is sometimes when I play certain games, it looks like a lag, but it's not the stream. It's sometimes like, say, for instance, when I play with the PlayStation console, particularly the PlayStation 1 console, it gets hot, even when I flip it upside down. And it like that drags. So I'm trying to get a little bit slightly better cooling situation. Slightly better cooling situation to help with that. That cooling situation is going to help with that drag and that lag. PlayStation 2, not so bad, but got a little bit of lag and everything going on with it. But I'm gonna fix that. Well, seriously. Okay. Hold on a second. Sit tight. I'll be right back.